on the next topic too, topic number 9, we're going to switch back to the NBA for a little bit, but it's, NBA players that are looking to be NBA and sports franchise owners. You brought up the topic, Brandon, about Kevin Garnett and the fact that he wanted to buy the Minnesota Timberwolves, and now we just see LeBron James, being now a part owner of the Fenway Sports Group, so being a part owner of Liverpool, and now also being a part owner of the Red Sox. So it's very interesting what these guys are trying to do. What do you think about first LeBron James, but then also Kevin Garnett, what he was trying to do?
I think it's exciting. I'm excited that LeBron just bought part of the Red Sox. I think it's one of those things where this guy is, he's probably only got 5, 6, 7 years left. Who knows? He's like the Tom Brady of the NBA. But he doesn't have many more years left in his career. So it's going to be one of those things where, hey, you're going to see him hanging out in the stands at Fenway watching his team play. So it's cool for us fans here in Boston. We might get a chance to rub elbows with LeBron James at a Boston Red Sox game. And I think it's great just bringing in athletes into ownership. And I think that's key. These guys know they've been great. They've obviously marketed themselves and marketed their own career. So I think they're part businessmen, part athlete. And I think this is a huge part of it. So seeing LeBron buy a bigger interest in the Fenway Group was not shocking to me at all. And then seeing Kevin Garnett try to come out and buy an NBA franchise wasn't shocking to me at all either, because this is one of the most passionate players of all time. The guy loves the game. He's been part of the game his whole life. He said immediately once he retired that he wanted to continue being part of the game, I think either as a coach or an owner, preferably as an owner. So he's going down this path right now of trying to make it happen. Sadly, it was said that over the last few years, he had been making attempts to buy the Minnesota Timberwolves, and that the owner was kind of like luring him in and saying that he could possibly sell the team, but then just most recently backed out and said he was not going to sell the team. And then that's when Kevin Garnett really tweeted out an angry tweet about, that he is going to be an NBA franchise owner. And he might have to go buy an NBA franchise in Seattle and bring a franchise back to Seattle, or look to bring a franchise to Las Vegas, which I've always said has been a city that needs an NBA franchise. And it got an NFL franchise now, has an NHL franchise. It's inevitable that an NBA team makes their way into Sin City and into the big lights of Vegas. So I think it would be great if Kevin Garnett was either the owner of a team in Seattle or the owner of a team in Las Vegas. I would love to see KG on the sidelines. I think it's one of those things where the NBA might have to keep the mic away from him, because you know how he likes to swear and let those things fly. And I'm with him, but, I've been keeping it in check on this show. And so maybe Garnett can watch the show and take a couple lessons from me.
Yes, Kevin Garnett, if you're watching right now, make sure you subscribe to Comeback Sports on YouTube. Give it a subscription. You're going to love it because we're talking you up right now. You can also follow us on Twitter because our Twitter handles are at the bottom of the screen. But, yeah, I think both of these things, it's obviously not good that Garnett wasn't able to at least buy or be part owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves. We do have to remember, I think, that some of these guys don't have the money. They have so much money, but they don't have owner money quite yet. Like some of these guys just don't. That, Michael Jordan does because of Jordan Brand and all that kind of stuff. I think LeBron's going to get there. And I think one thing with LeBron being a part owner of, in the Fenway Sports Group ownership is that, number one, it just, not that he needed more cachet for buying an NBA franchise, but this certainly helps because now he's involved in the ownership boardroom type of stuff where it's not just about the sport. It's not just about basketball. It's about, with the Red Sox, some of their biggest moves are about Fenway Park. Or, they do stuff with Liverpool where they have to make decisions about Liverpool. He's going to be a part of that now. So that's going to give him so much experience, and he's going to rub elbows in those circles of ownership, with the Premier League, with MLB, with, that he was probably rubbing elbows with a little bit, but it's even going to be more so now that he's in that ownership sort of realm. And then the other thing is he's going to start growing his financial portfolio because he's a part owner of the Red Sox, of Liverpool. That's going to make him money. So as he continues to own pieces of these franchises, that's going to, he's going to acquire more money. on top of his basketball salary, his endorsements, everything like that. And he's then going to be set up to buy an NBA franchise once he retires, like you were saying. So I think this is huge for LeBron and pretty cool for the Red Sox. I mean, you know, people were talking about how the fact that he's been a Yankees fan, he's worn the Yankees hats. I mean, whatever. I mean, we saw Tom Brady wear a Yankees hat. That didn't change the way we felt about him. And, you know, even though LeBron was a, you know, playoff opponent with the Celtics and stuff, and I certainly rooted against him when he went up against the Celtics, this is really cool that he's part owner with the Red Sox. So it's very interesting. And then with Garnett, I hope he is able to become an NBA owner, just because of, like you said, the passion that he brings to the game. I think it would be a lot of fun.
I think it's one of those things where, like I said, I love seeing athletes become owners, and I'd like to see more going forward. And I think it's one of those things where Michael Jordan really led the way here. He led the way, and, you know, obviously, like you said, had the Jordan brand blow up, so he had plenty of capital to be able to play with, and his name brings so much capital that he was able to go out and make a play for the Hornets. And it's great seeing him on the sideline. It's great seeing him in ownership, and I think it just helps the game. And I think Kevin Garnett being an owner would be the same thing. It would help the game. And then with LeBron James, yeah, hopefully he's going to switch that hat out. Hopefully he's going to switch that hat out soon and put on a Boston Red Sox hat, because now he's part owner. I don't think we want to see that NY hat anymore. I mean, I personally don't. So, you know, LeBron, put on a Boston Red Sox hat at this point and move forward and enjoy it.